Hello friends, in this lecture we shall discuss interest risk mitigation tools, and one such tool is interest rate cap. What is interest rate cap? Friends, when a person borrows, the borrowing can be on fixed interest rate or it can be at floating interest rate. When interest rate is floating, the borrower can get advantage if interest rate comes down. At the same time, the borrower can be put to extra cost if interest rate moves beyond what he intended to pay. So interest rate cap can be used in those circumstances by the borrower. Now let us see what is interest rate cap. So interest rate cap is a financial arrangement between two parties. In this arrangement, one party offers protection or guarantee to another party to pay interest rate on borrowing not above an acceptable rate. So it is a financial arrangement between two parties, where one party is protecting the another party. The another party does not want to pay interest on the borrowing beyond a particular point. In that case, the protection is provided by the other party. Friends, interest rate cap can be used by the borrowers who opt for floating interest rate liability products. For example, a home loan at a floating rate. If a person obtains home loan at floating rate, so it is a liability product for that person, for that borrower. Now if rate of interest goes beyond what he originally thought of, then he will be put to extra cost. So IRC is used by those borrowers who opt for floating interest rate products. There are two parties in IRC. So one is IRC writer and another is IRC buyer. IRC writer is the person who is giving this guarantee, and IRC buyer is this borrower who has borrowed money. As per their arrangement, the IRC writer gives the guarantee that if IRS buyer is forced to pay an interest rate beyond what he intended to pay, then IRC writer will compensate the IRC buyer for the excess amount paid. Now, the borrower, he intended to pay interest not beyond a particular point, but at the same time, he wants to have the option that in case interest rates come down, then he should get a benefit of lower interest rates. So he enters into an agreement with the IRC writer, where IRC writer is protecting him from increasing interest rates in the floating rate scenario. Now, what is the cost or what is the benefit to the IRC writer? So cost of IRC is in the form of premium, which is paid by IRC buyer to IRC writer. So IRC writer is getting premium in the form of fee. Let us see this example. X raised home loan at 8% floating rate of interest. He wants that he should not be forced to pay above 8% even if interest rate moves above 8%. So he obtains a guarantee in the form of IRC from ABC Limited, which will compensate him for excess amount paid. So let us repeat this example. X obtained home loan at 8% floating rate of interest. In future, the rate of interest can go beyond 8% also. In that case, X will be forced to pay extra interest. Now if X enter into IRC with ABC Limited, then that extra interest will be paid by ABC Limited instead of X. And in lieu of this guarantee, ABC Limited will charge a premium which X will pay to ABC. IRC is in the form of a series of interest rate call options. Interest rate futures are in the form of interest rate put options, and interest rate caps are in the form of interest rate call options. What is the advantage of IRC? IRC eliminates the risk related to higher interest payment on borrowing than what the borrower originally intended to pay. So here the borrower is protected against increasing interest rate. At the same time, IRC permits the benefit of reduced interest payments if interest rate falls. So in case interest on home loan fall, then the benefit will go to X and not to ABC Limited. But if interest rate increases beyond 8%, then the extra cost will be paid by ABC Limited and not X. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching the video. Thank you once again.